Hey watch lovers, Brad from Brent Miller Jewelers. Today I have for us two Tudor dive watches. On my left I have the FXD. On my right is the 41mm Black Bay Monochrome. I had someone reach out and ask if I could do a video comparison of these two specifically. And when I have stock and they are in inventory, I'm always happy to oblige and help out a fellow watch enthusiast. So on the left, the FXD is a 42mm watch. I measured it at 42.8. Again, a little bit above that crown, diagonally across the case. 31.6 millimeters across the crystal. Across the bezel, I had the same 42.8. So 42mm watch. Again, it sticks out over top of that case a little bit there. So 42mm listed. Just that little bit of overhang there on that case. Almost 43, 42.8, and 31.6 across the crystal. On the monochrome, you guys have seen, I've reviewed this a whole bunch of times comparing it to everything else. 40.5mm across the case, above that crown, diagonally across the case. 31.3, so slightly smaller crystal, which I think you can see just looking at these side by side. You can see the crystal is a little bit smaller, a little bit less negative space, I guess you would say, on that dial of the monochrome. 12.9 millimeters thick on the FXD with the NATO strap, brings it up 1 millimeter, 13.9, compared to the monochrome at 13.6. So again, just kind of taking a look at those from the profile. 49.9 millimeters lug tip to lug tip on the FXD, 49.3 on the 41. So pretty similar lug to lug on both of these. We have a 22mm lug width, no taper on this NATO strap. You have the Tudor buckle there, again, titanium. And then you have a 21mm lug width that tapers to 16 here at the last link. And then I didn't measure, I believe it's back out to 18 or 20. Actually, I got my tool here real quick. Let me just confirm from memory. 18 at the clasp. Again, on the T-fit, on the fly micro adjustability on this monochrome bracelet. Both of them using the MT5602. 70 hours of power reserve. However, the monochrome is the master chronometer. You can see on the dial there, that is the MATAS certified. So that movement -U is the difference in the movement there, the MATAS certification. Both of them 200 meters water resistant. You have a 77.5 grams on the FXD. So very light on this NATO strap. The monochrome 164.2 on the full stainless steel bracelet. And then price point, pretty close. FXD, $41.50. The monochrome, $44.25. So again, very close. I will say the dial on the FXD is definitely more matte, where you have a little bit of, I don't really want to call it a sunburst finish, but it is certainly not matte on the dial when you're comparing these side by side. So something to consider as well. Let's take a listen to bezel action. Really great bezel action on almost all Tudor models, in my humble opinion. The monochrome, actually not quite as loud as it is on the FXD. Again, it still feels really good, but I felt like the FXD just was a little bit more audible, and that may have to do with the fact that it's titanium. A lot of alarm watch functionality will be used on a titanium case because titanium apparently sounds better. So may have something to do with it. Let me show you some wrist shots here real quick. I'm going to try to wrap this up. Both of them, obviously, I didn't even show you the case backs. Solid case backs. And bear with me here. This NATO strap did not want to cooperate. Let me throw this on here quick. So again, I have a 6 3/4 inch wrist. I do like the lightness of the titanium on this, and I probably could make this a little bit tighter. However, both of these personally for my wrist, again, you can see the NATO, when it's a little bit tighter, almost sticks up. You can get different size NATOs. This is probably going to be the standard length. So if you have a less than 7-inch wrist, you may want to go with the short strap. I certainly would if I was in the market for this watch specifically. I do like the markers. I like the touch of red on the Pelagos. And I do like the strap, so that would not be a deterrent for me. I am not a have to buy stainless steel. I don't mind straps, and mixing up straps I think is a great thing. And then here is the monochrome. Both great watches. I will say, you know, if you have to have a stainless steel bracelet, the Monochrome's your choice here. That's a no-brainer. However, if you're, you know what, I don't necessarily need one. I don't need the bracelet. I would not rule out the FXD. I actually, just design-wise, looking at these straight on, take the strap out of it, I prefer the FXD. I just like it's a little bit more matte. I like the markers better. I don't mind the titanium. So that's just my personal preference. You can see the crown. You do have different logos on the crowns. I should have mentioned that. You have the shield logo there versus the rose. So again, just some subtle differences. But overall, both great watches. I really don't think you can go wrong. Let me hit the lights for you quick. As always, greatly appreciate you viewing. Let me know what you think between these two, and I certainly hope this video is a good comparison for the individual who asked. Again, another highlight for me is I like the blue lume on the FXD and the Pelagos line as a whole over the Black Bay green. Again, not a bad green. You certainly get it, but the blue I think just aesthetically looks better, and you're getting a full lume bezel as well. So thanks again for viewing. If there's anything we can do, contact information is in the description. We'll see you in the next video.